So now what? How do I still pursue recovery, or, you know, how are things with my issues? Codependency. Unfortunately, I'm still more codependent than I would like to be, but I am learning to use my voice. Um, I have made myself accountable to some of my church leaders who are big supporters of emotional and mental health, and understand the importance of good counseling. And I put myself under their authority as a choice I made. Again, help is out there if you're open to it and if you choose it. And I understand why we don't. But after you get sick of being sick, you can sometimes choose that. And at their suggestion, I went and saw a new counselor, and I only see this counselor once a month. Normally, when I do counseling, it's once a week, and that's really hard work because it's like emotionally kind of throwing up. At least that's the way I do it. There's no wrong way or right way to do counseling, but it's very draining and raw. And I imagine it's hard for my dear husband to live with me sometimes during those seasons of counseling. I know it's hard for me to live with myself. So very wise, one of my church leaders suggested that I go just once a month. And I was like, you can do that? You can go to counseling just once a month? Isn't it every week? Remember the rule follower that I am? And that in and of itself was really freeing. Just the thought of, oh, you can make counseling your own. You can schedule it. Once again, I was terrified to go in because I knew that what my wise church leaders were seeing in me was that I still really hadn't not addressed core hurts and issues from my childhood, like from my beginning stages. I'm not calling out nothing, right? It's very common for people to have issues that start in childhood. It's very common. It happens in many households. It's unfortunate. It's sad, but we all are humans, and some of us err a little more than other humans. So I would say that as much as that sucks to maybe have grown up with error, the blessing is that I have gotten to be more aware of this idea that it can be better. Things can be better. I'm always kind of like on the search for okay, that communication could have been better, or I could have said that better, or I could have loved better. And yes, I'll admit I have been obsessed with that sometimes and being like, I could have loved better. I should have done that better. I'm really hard on myself. That's not a good thing, but I have become growing up hard on myself and really slam myself. And that is something that in my recovery that I'm learning is falsehood, because God has grace upon grace upon grace, and he has that for me, the whole world, and I should therefore extend that to myself and to others. And when I think I'm extending grace to other people and showing them love, but I'm not giving myself grace and love, honestly, then I'm not truly extending grace and love to other people, because it's just fake. Because I'm if it's not real, if it's not really a core part of me. I do not have eyeliner on. What is that? I don't even know what I was saying. Counseling. So I still do that. So I do that once a month to deal with. I have issues. I have issues. I have core issues of damage, I guess you would say, from this sexual abuse, and also from not really addressing it until I was 40 or 45. I haven't figured out the math. For letting bad patterns and bad thought patterns settle in for so many years. I have a good amount of work of lining up truth in those areas that falsehood and lies have taken root. But I'm further along. I am much further along than I was before.